Whoa, there you go. Hi guys, welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe and spreading that love right across the big bad world. Now, Chelsea v Servette, that's tonight. How are Moneybags Chelsea going to play against the less Moneybags of Servette, who actually are in a Moneybag city of Geneva? Anyway, hope everybody is well. Please check the ticker bar below. Please like, share, subscribe. Football with Brownie on Twitter. The Twitter handle there. Football with Brownie on YouTube. Facebook Football with Brownie. Instagram Football Brownie 1. Threads, whatever else. Make sure you get on there. And as the numbers are growing, I suspect that people are having just as much a problem as I am getting this fucking game on the TV. Anyway, guys, hope you're well. Jump in the comments. There we go. Here's the latest numbers, by the way. YouTube subscribers on the app, Facebook likes on the app, Facebook followers on the app, Twitter on the app, although it's new profile, Instagram on the app, although it's new profile, and Threads, well, that's a new bloody thing anyway, isn't it? So please help us to help you, really, and get those numbers continually growing up as faster as Ronaldo's bloody YouTube channel. I wish, eh? I wish if he. I wonder if Ronaldo will be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do a Chelsea watch along in a UEFA Championship League, whatever you call it. But anyway, guys, how are you? Check comments in. Let's see who's in the chat. How am I going to see it? Watch this. Yeah, I'm in Sydney at the moment, so it is, what's the time? What a time. Going on to 5 a.m. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. to make sure I do this for you. The things you do to try and make a career on YouTube. So I know what we got. Let's see. Let's see what the. Let's get the teams up for you, yeah? Oh, fuck, hang on. Come on, man. Guys, what's... It's on Chelsea TV, isn't it? Oh. Oh. Bloody late for a fucking game now. Oh, fuck knows. Are we going to do this, guys, yeah? Oh, come on. Right. It is on you. I know it's on you. Come on. Fucking hell. How do you get, guys, on Fire Stick, how do you get Chelsea TV on a Fire Stick? Let me know in the chat, yeah? Come on, man. Oh, you see, the most unprofessional show or channel on YouTube is going down a treat at the moment. Fuck. So, I tell you what I'd have to do. I'll have to listen to it, actually. I'll have to listen to it, I think. Oh, fuck's sake. There you go. There you go. Let's see. I honestly got the channel because news about Dylan Lennon being sacked. I scoff. listen, it's not normally like this, yeah. Honestly, it's not normally like this. First of all, I do not support either of the Old Firm games, right? I do not support either of the Old Firm teams. But anytime I do, um, either one or the other, so a video about Celtic or video about Rangers, the other side of fans always pile on to me. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's starting to get to me really of the amount of merry-go-round managers who just try and take any bullshit managerial position just for the money. Now, a few weeks ago, it was claimed that Neil Lennon was pissing on a training pitch out in Romania. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. But then he tried to convince everybody that um, you're overachieving. How can you overachieve when you haven't won one game in your first 6 games? That's fucking not overachieving. That's fucking delusional, my friend. Welcome to the channel, anyway. Some insight from Romania. Lennon was talking. Delusional, I thought he was. I'm glad I found a fellow football passionate guy. Oh, thanks, my friend. Thank you very much. I'd say it's not normally like this. Well, it is as unprofessional as it is right now. But you have to give me. You should give me time, really. I woke up to do this. I should have. Oh, I should have sorted it out. Maybe before I went to bed, but yeah, so you have to bear with me. Stafford goes on to say Lennon got like 1.5 million euros to get sacked. It's a fraud. Overachieving me, no wins it. And it was crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. He's like, I say with Sam Allardyce can be a bit arrogant and a bit delusional with some of his jobs. Would you par him like a Sam Allardyce type of character, Starface? Looks easy for Chelsea. I think it will as well. I know a lot of people are going on about the amount of players and so on, and quite rightly so. But this Servette is they're a struggling team at the moment. They're a struggling team. By all accounts, they should have went bust, or they could have went bust a few weeks ago. Yeah, they're based in Geneva, which is a very rich city. But the local press say, or local press reporters say, the people of Geneva tend to keep their money. That's why they're rich. And they don't really support their local teams. Which is a bit sad, I suppose, but I only know Allardyce from the outside, but yeah, he seemed like a guy that can say anything just to hold down the job. Yeah, I mean, if you, I'm just pick that one out of the top of my head, really. But if you think about, Sam Allardyce, yeah, and whenever he leaves a club, a lot of supporters. By that time, a lot of supporters would have been against him. West Ham, Everton, and then they basically cut him down of all bullshit he says in press report, press conferences, so on. Yeah, but I'm sure you can probably pick a better example than me, but he is part. Neil Lennon is part of the managerial merry-go-round now. That you just pick up jobs just for the sake of picking up jobs and don't really give a shit. I accused Mick McCarthy of, because I'm a Cardiff fan, I accused Mick McCarthy of doing that a lot of time, and you know, I stand by my my comments at the time. You know, they, as you mentioned, 1.5 million euros for what, 6 games. It's a nice little job, isn't it? How do you feel about Gallagher leaving for Madrid? Well, I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm not an Atleti fan. Used to live over in Spain for a number of years. But I do think that listen, it's all the FFP issues, isn't it? I think if Chelsea wanted to move up a level, I don't think they would do that with Gallagher. I think that needs to be out there. Will he improve Atleti? Yes, he will. Did Chelsea do the right thing about it? Unfortunately, I kind of agree with some pundits, and they say that, you know, that's just football. Football is a horrible industry. It's a very selfish industry, and you know, look, I just thought that every party was looking after themselves. I think that was I think that's the right way of thinking about it. Was it good PR for Chelsea? No. Was it good PR for Atleti? Not really. Was it good PR for Gallagher? Not really either. So I don't think anyone, you know. Wow, one of the first shirts I ever owned was second-hand Cardiff. What year was that from? What year was that from? Yeah, you're right about what Chelsea needs. Yeah, I think so. You know, when Gallagher went to Palace for that loan move, you know, everybody started to look up for him. I just think he's a Palace was the right club for him at that time, and a mid-table Premier League club, I think, is Gallagher's level. Yeah, that's my opinion. 92 home kit. Oh, jeez. How did you get full blue sponsor Echo? Jesus. We won the league in 92. You're Division 4. Welcome to the channel, by the way. Anyway, Scarfo. Yeah, but what's the latest on Ronaldo? When I went to bed, it was like 60 million subscribers on Ronaldo's channel. It's crazy, man. Crazy. I wonder if he'd agreed to be for me to interview him, which I am restarting, by the way. I'm getting all the old footballers back on to interview. Ooh. Cheers. Hope to see many live streams. Yeah. But basically, I've moved over to Sydney, and I'm hoping for my girlfriend to follow me. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, that's the wrong word, but she's a Russian passport holder, and we're having problems with visas. So until she comes over, Because if she was here and I was getting up at 4 o'clock to watch a football and going to YouTube, I wouldn't be in a relationship for very long. I can assure you that. So, yeah, it's the channel's full of random watch-alongs. So yeah, I'm sure there will be. Many live streams when I can find them on the TV anyway. Maybe a European final, Dinamo Bucharest, Cardiff one day. Yes, I do know a few Romanian people from Spain. A lot of Romanians seem to go to Spain, don't they? I think. Looking for work and so on. Interviewing him would be generally good content. Yeah, I know. Jeez. I know. Women are for. Oh yeah, too right they are. Too right. I can't wait to see her. I'll be honest with you, but yeah. Until those days come, unfortunately, there's gonna be a lot of me doing these streams when I can bloody get them on the TV. Whoa. Whoa, I better knock the bloody sound down. YouTube will kill me on the. So whereabouts you from then, Scaffa? Or Scaffo? Whereabouts you from, mate? Oh, there he is. Hi, Tom. How are you, my friend? Tom, listen, can you help me out, yeah? I'm trying to get this link for a Poxy game on. I know officially you haven't got the officially on got a Fire Stick, but help me out, man. Can you name any Romanian player that used to play in the UK? Oh, now you're asking, right? I tell you what, Scatfold, yeah? I watched live in '93 you guys knocking us out of the World Cup qualifier when Wales hit the bar from a penalty in Cardiff. That game was the first game I ever left early because I struggled to to hold my concentration, let's just say. But yeah, so going back to your question, right? Dan Petrescu, as Tom said, Dom Petrescu, Sheffield Wednesday, Dimitrescu, Tottenham, Radichoyu did Radichoyu play? West Ham, wasn't it? Popescu, Tottenham. Let's see. Hadji didn't play, obviously. Yeah, that team. And then in '98, they all dyed their hair yellow, didn't they? Yeah, so a golden generation. Yeah, I know. How at 94, you should have went much better, much further in the competition in '94. We also had Belgium in that group as well, and Belgium won the group. Adrian Mutu, yes, Adrian Mutu played for Chelsea. Adrian Mutu was Adrian Mutu was treated badly at Chelsea, in my opinion. We all know the reason why, but I think it was far more. It was at the time far more players in the Premier League were doing what Adrian Mutu was doing, and they got away. Petrescu was right wing back for Chelsea. Petrescu was Sheffield Wednesday as well, wasn't he? I remember. Yes, he was Chelsea, but I think he went to Sheffield Wednesday as well. I need to double check this. Dan Petrescu, 1 second. Oh, yeah, I'll send link, no problem. 1 second, bro. All right. I need to log in. Hang on. 1 second. Let me log into it. Channel up or no. Okay, 1 second, Tom. 1 second. I'm being asked to bloody. I hate these security fucking things. I know they gotta do it, but I do hate it. 1 second. Oh, shit. What date today? Right. There you go. One minute. It was me, right? No confirmation code will come. What the fuck, man? Hang on, Tom. Ah! Right. It's too early. You know what? It's too early in the morning to be asked for fucking confirmation codes and fucking. 1 second, man. One second. I'll have to do it on the phone. Oh. Copy link. I'll send you a link, Tom, anyway. Send you a link. Anyway, step. Hutchinson is Rangers. Yeah, he's on a transfer list. He's on a transfer list. I don't know what the latest is with that. Yeah, you're right. I thought I remember more Sheffield Wednesday and Chelsea. Why, I don't know. But probably watching live for Sheffield Wednesday, actually. Maybe that's why. Google it, sent the link to you how to watch it, searching it. No idea what comes up. It's on with Chelsea. I know it's on Chelsea TV, but I can't find Chelsea TV on here. Hadji really was. He's one of the few players that played for both Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Let be an enjoyable game. I wish I could bloody enjoy the game. I tell you. So, what team do you support then in Romania? Are you a Dinamo? Is it Dinamo Bucharest or Rapid Bucharest? I remember watching Steaua Bucharest. I don't remember watching it, but Steaua Bucharest is Barcelona in the 86 European Cup final. I think that's the only time a Romanian team has won the what they would call Champions League now. And that went to penalties, didn't it? And that Romanian keeper, I can't remember his name now, but he was quite legendary. Oh. And guys, I told you it's unprofessional, didn't I? I told you it's unprofessional, but please help build the numbers. And the numbers are building, and yet you're only talking to me. Leeds have bought ex-Man United academy player. Cardiff got a United academy player. He played in America recently. A guy called Fish, another defender. This guy buying loads of defenders, man. Bloody strikers we need, I think. Brownie, give me 10 minutes. Get set. Yeah, no problem, mate. No worry. More than welcome. No, remember Middlesbrough Stour when they got destroyed in the semis. The Dinamo guys hate Stour more than West Ham Millwall. I've heard. I few of my Cardiff friends. They are very good friends with a few Dinamo. No, it's Partizan Belgrade, I'm thinking. Sorry. Right, okay. But Dinamo Stour, yeah, but I could be on my bucket list, actually. Yes, Pig. Oh, Pig, you know what? Typical. This is typical of most unprofessional channel on YouTube. I get up, 5 o'clock in the morning to do this. 5 o'clock in the morning. And now I can't find the channel. I can't find the channel. I'm so tired. But I hope you're well, mate. Thanks, mate. All right, listen, and hit that like button as well. I keep on going on about the channel numbers. That's only helped by the like number as well. How are you, Pig? Anyway, you good, mate? As you say, one time South playing Man City Champions League, Dinamo fans set up a prank. It was meant to be 30 years since 196. Right, okay, I got you. What was that keeper's name now? I can't remember his name. Only Dinamo Bucharest or Stadium. European Shame for Stour, also 5. Jeez. I dropped a like. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I know. Surely getting up at such a stupid o'clock. Mid February, get up that early. Hope it's settled in. Yeah, honestly, mate, it's. I really have, to be quite honest with you. Easier than what I thought. It did help. Ooh. It has helped. But I got family out here. My cousin's out here. I call him my cousin. Basically, he's my little brother. He's helped me so much. Especially getting my own place and so on. But yeah. I'll tell you a little story, yeah. And he's been saying, how have you got through life like this? I was in an Airbnb. Up until I could move into the place I am in now, more long term. So I buy IPTV. Oh, I buy IPTV. Now the Airbnb then all of a sudden had all of a sudden had loads of noise, loads of like maintenance was going on right next door, drilling everything loud as fuck it was. And to a point where I complained to the Airbnb host. I said, look, if you told me it was going to be this noisy, I wouldn't have, I think I deserve some money back after what I'm going through here. No. So I went to Airbnb then directly. Not happy with her response. I went to Airbnb directly. And Airbnb were great about it. I took videos. It was so loud. Oh, the rubbish man are finally coming. So it was so loud. I took videos, and Airbnb agreed to give me $300 back. No problem. Thank you very much. It wasn't all what I paid for, but it was like 33%, I think it was back, which I was fine with. So I'm still unhappy with the host and not even helping me on that. As I'm checking out of an Airbnb, I then have an email from the host, can you write a review? I thought, you cheeky bastard, asking me to write a review about this, yeah? So I put an absolute stinker of a review. Then, a few days later, I'm setting up the TV in my new place. I'm thinking, why isn't this remote fucking connected to the TV? I only picked up the wrong remote from Airbnb. It looked exactly the same as my IPTV remote. I picked up the wrong remote. So I couldn't get it back, could I? I've had to go to Amazon and get a replacement remote. Yeah, I know. Randy, what time is it? Oh, you about an hour ahead, yeah? Are you an hour ahead of me? Anyway, Brownie, Randy. Just woke up. And I got, oh, no. No. Not that kind of talking this time in the morning. Still decent 30. Yeah, it was, to be honest. So I would have done more live watch-alongs the last couple of days, but I had the replacement remote come back. 2 hours. It's 7:30, Randy. It's a good time. It's 5:30 here, bro. It's 5:30. It's 5:30, and I'm trying to do a watch along where I can't find the bloody channel. Oh, jeez. The most unprofessional channel on YouTube is going well. Well, it is. It's 260 people watching. Come on, guys. Hit that like button, yeah? Listen, you may not be able to watch the game on this, yeah? You may not be able to hear my commentary on this, but surely getting up this time just to go live deserves a like, don't you think? If Demo would still be on the bucket list, I can set up the... Yeah, definitely. The first thing on my bucket list, I'll be honest with you, Scarfo, the first thing on my bucket, I've done Barca Real. I've done that too many times. I've done Celtic Rangers. I've done the British one, Celtic Rangers, Liverpool Everton. I've done Inter the AC. But the next one, and I promise myself I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I know we're playing in September, but I think it's next year. Early next year, I think. The next one, 100%, is going to be Boca River Plate. That is 100% which I'm going to do. No, I know, but it's not a derby, but it was on my bucket list. I mean, derby-wise, I've done Real Madrid Atleti as well. But I went to the last one, the last Madrid derby. I went to last Madrid derby in Vicente Calderon. And Vicente Calderon, it's something special, something character with old stadiums and which it's like Goodson Park, I suppose. In the AC is between. Yeah, I done it on the Facebook page. If you go back on old photos, probably on the community page. I know I put the old photos on. Obviously, it was about 20 years ago now, I think it was. Inter 1-0, Christian Vieri. Stay safe if you go to Argentina. I know. Yeah, but I honestly, I really want to do Boca River Plate. What about Boca River Plate? I went to a Peruvian cafe yesterday, and I like going to Spanish cafes because it keeps my Spanish in my head. It keeps my Spanish in my head, so I like going to, going to places where I can still talk Spanish. So I went, and the owner was wearing a Boca top. And for people, this is water. This is not vodka. It's too early in the morning for vodka, and I'm going to the gym later, yeah? I remember they had to move Boca River Plate. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I should have went that one. I should have went. That was in a Burnabout. Yeah, that was in a Burnabout, and I was living in Spain at that time. But even if I did go to that game, it wouldn't have been on the bucket list. It wouldn't have been. It's like it wouldn't have been the kind of attraction as it would. I want to go to La Bombonera. On about La Bombonera as well. This came yesterday. This arrived yesterday. I haven't started reading it. Tears of La Bombonera. And I've heard so many good things about this, and the second book is coming out in January, I think. I've got in contact with the owner, with the writer as well, and he's agreed to an interview. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck into this later on. Snaps. yeah. Seems like real clove trot. Yeah. I am. The only time I didn't. Well, I did travel, I suppose, but not living outside the UK was when I was married, basically, and that was 11 years of living inside the UK. First moved to Australia 24 years ago, Sydney. That's why that's maybe why I settled in quite quickly here. And I done like Vietnam, Japan, before moved back to London. Then I got married, then Marbella, Spain, Dubai, and then back out here. Yeah, I got a very good Romanian friend. Where was she? Cluj. She was from Cluj. Yeah, Cluj. How far is Cluj from you? Is it? And I think the team is University of Cluj, isn't it, or something like that? Sounds amazing. Never heard of it. Yeah. Quite a few people got back to me, mainly on Twitter. When I started talking to the reader, Christopher Highland, and it was forwarded by or recommended by there you go, Tim Vickery, and I do like listening to Tim Vickery about South American football. So yeah, I'm gonna get right into that. Well, Cluj, literally next big city from me. Okay, yeah, they have lots of universities. Yeah, isn't a football club called University Cluj? Something. Isn't a football? I'm sure they top the league, when I checked the other day to do that Neil Lennon. Are they top of the league? Romanian league. Oh no, they're second, are they? So Dinamo are in fourth. You know, exclude big right. Right, okay. Maybe. So with Stour and Dinamo, how would you sorry, I got Mr. Tom in the back. Sorry, bro, I do apologize about that.
Hello.
How are you? You good?
I'm not bad. Have you heard the big massive news?
I don't know. I can't even watch a bloody game.
It's fine. What's a game of football when you're talking to friends? Anyway,
Fair point.
So the big news today, I don't know if you'd have heard it, seeing as you are now over in the land from down under, is that Jermaine Genius has been sacked by the British Broadcasting Corporation.
No, I seen that, and then about an hour later, TalkSport announced that he was doing a drive show.
He got sacked while he was on the air at TalkSport. So he sat there with everyone on earth knowing what has happened except for Jermaine Genius. Because he was doing his show on the air, etc. Well, where else would he do? He ain't going to do his show from the toilet, so I don't know why I said that. But anyway, some will have their reasons on why he got sacked. People will say he was unprofessional at work. He was doing texting. He was texting the birds at work, some may say. That's probably true. But the actual reason he was sacked, I can tell you this for a fact, is because he was caught lying on air when he declared that Tottenham are going to win the trophy this season.
Boom, boom. I knew there was a gag in there somewhere. I knew there was a gag in there somewhere.
I've put a joke in everything. They're not always good. They're not always good.
And
but,
Scarfo
yeah.
says hello.
Hello, sir. Well, I apologise. You might not be a sir. So
Hi,
I do
Dwayne.
apologise.
Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well. Welcome to the madhouse. Tottenham got a Romanian guy, haven't they? Drasen will win a trophy soon. The centre half from Fiorentina, I think he was from, wasn't he?
I'm sure he's a fine player. I'm sure he's a fine player. But out of respect, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, typical of Talk Sport, isn't it? Typical of Talk Sport. You know, over the years, they've always given people the second chances or the fifth or sixth chance of continuing their career. I'm very surprised they never give fucking Jimmy Savile or Philip Schofield a bloody opportunity to get their careers back online.
I've seen it. In case anyone don't know, Chelsea is goalless. It is goalless. So I was right. You're actually missing fuck all. Pardon my language. So I'll try not to swear because I know you've got a big following. So I don't. If your channel goes down for some reason, I'd rather it be for your choice of what you put in your YouTube shorts rather than my swearing. So I do apologise. But no, in all seriousness, mate, just. I've been waffling so long, I already forgot why I even started with this. So no, I apologise.
What do you think of this thing regarding Chelsea and the amount of players they got?
It's absurd. It is to be more accurate, to be rarely sensible on this. It is what you get when you sack a manager every 6 months. Yeah. The only difference is that when Abramovich would do it, he would then go out and buy. I'm talking like managers or like transfers, but he would go out and he would buy the most elite manager available at the time. Whereas now, what the new Chelsea owner is doing, he's going out and he's basically getting something from the Championship, something with potential. And then he's going back. I predict he will be going back to Frank Lampard within the next year. Frank, you want to come in and just do us a favour, tie us over till March or till May? Sorry, I said the name wrong. But same old crap. But Everton are in a similar boat. They would sack a manager every year, and then you end up with a squad of players that have been purchased by 5 different managers. So there's no tactical cohesion because it's the squad of 5 managers. So you're gonna have 5 or 6 players that a certain manager wanted, and then you're gonna have 5 or 6 players of the previous manager and 5 or 6 of the next manager. So ultimately, it all comes together to look like dog shit. Again, pardon my language. I've really got.
But also as well. Have you noticed this? Tom? Yeah, and I've seen it for ages. It's far harder, far more difficult now for clubs to get rid of players than what it was in Alex Ferguson's time. We're not playing fucking Championship Manager or FIFA anymore. Players and agents realise how strong a position they're in. You look at Raheem Sterling, reportedly on 300,000 per week. £300,000 per week, right? Nobody in their right mind is going to be paying that.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, there's about 5 teams in the Premier League that could afford to take him, and he's already played for 2 of them.
Yeah.
At tell a lie, say 3 of them, including Chelsea. So there's 6 teams that could actually afford to pay him, but he's at one of them, and he's played for 2 of the other 5.
Yeah.
So he's got unless he's going to take a reduction in salary, which, don't get me wrong, I'd love to be in a situation where I'm earning 300 grand a week and then I turn around to someone and go, yeah, fine, I'll drop 200 grand a week, just give me 100 grand. That would not be a horrible situation to be in. But I'm sure you know what I mean. Like he's going to have to he's going to have to get very lucky on another club that can afford that, making that decision, or he's going to have to make a hard decision for his family and basically go, you know what, I really want to play football. I'm prepared to lose 60% of my wages to do so.
Well, that's all it is now, isn't it? It's the desire. Does the player have the desire? Look, the guy's won everything. I don't rate him. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Raheem Sterling. I really am. You know, I don't rate. It's not that I don't rate him. It's that I think his antics on and off the pitch and just tiresome over the years. You know, I want to move closer to London. When he was at Liverpool, I want to move closer to London. He goes to Man City. You know, and all that nonsense, and diving a lot as well. But it really all depends on the desire of that person. If he wants to play football, then you know the desire would take. He's got all the money in the world. He's won everything. Or does he say, no problem, no problem? You give me. You just make sure you give me a ticket to watch a game every home game. No problem. I can sit on my ass for £300,000 a week
Yeah, I don't know
until
what
the
his
end of my
contract length
contract.
is. I don't know what his contract is. I really wouldn't blame him for doing this because they've decided he is surplus to requirements. I mean,
Yeah,
they have their reasons why, and we all know the actual reason why is because they're paying him a lot of money and they've bought loads of new players,
yeah.
and obviously 26 doesn't go into a 25-man squad, and he's overage, so there's no leeway on that. But also, they've allegedly give João Felix 300 grand a week. I don't know if that's true. I can believe it is true. Um,
Yeah.
what I find wild, right? I totally get why João Felix has gone there. Like the player, I totally understand the move. But the club, you already paid 20 million to bring him in on a half-season loan, to which he wasn't particularly great. I could be
Yeah.
wrong, and I speak as a person that doesn't watch Chelsea every week. So there could be a Chelsea fan sitting going, he was really good for us. You don't watch games. No, I'm admitting I don't watch games. But I also was sat there looking at scores on Saturdays, and I wasn't seeing the name goal scored by João Felix or goal assisted by João Felix very often. And I
The
know
thing is with João Felix,
about that. Sorry, go on, mate.
I just we'll just mention Scarfo at the moment. He's Romanian and he wants to know how to follow. But first of all, Tom, it's a proper opportunity here to get another subscriber to your channel. So
You know
subscribe
what?
to Tom first.
Yeah. You know what, Scarflow? You know what? I'm gonna type here. I don't know if you can actually click on my channel where I cover the second tier in England, as in Leeds United. Oh, hang on, why did I do that? I meant to sign in as my own. You know what? This is really
Do
silly.
I have to put it in?
Yeah, if you can, because I'm not sure if I do. I'm not sure if I do this, it will let me do it because of.
Hang on. I'll do it off my phone. 1 second.
Oh no, that's a lie, Brownie. I can do it. Bear with me, mate, because
Okay.
I switched my YouTube account to my actual channel. You've made me a moderator.
Also as well, Scarfo, Flying Pig United. He's a Manchester United fan. He does loads of streaming and everything. He's a great guy as well. Subscribe to him. Denveloper. He does loads of Denveloper. So
I don't know what that link is. That's mad. Forget that. That was a channel ID. How do you do it? How do you do your channel?
that's come through, isn't it?
Oh no, I've got it here. No. It's come through, but it's the channel. It's my YouTube channel ID, which is not a link. Apparently, I did that wrong. No, forget that. Forget that, Scarflow. Try that one, buddy. Do excuse me. Sorry, Brownie. I'm a right novice when it comes to technology and links and stuff.
Oh, you know
But
what?
no,
At 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm the same. Fuck. What am I
I'm the
doing,
same.
Tom? What the fuck am I doing getting up so early in the morning? Uh-huh.
But yeah, Scarflow or anyone else, that is my Leeds United channel. I actually thought I'd come in this stream as my Leeds United channel, which I seemingly have not done. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Yeah, no
Brownie,
one. There
for
you
reminding me.
go. And Sanford comes back and says, is Chelsea still financially strong at the moment? Right. I listened to Kieran Maguire about this earlier on. Did you listen as well? He was on Talk Sport earlier on. Because everyone seems to be saying the same thing. And I didn't realize, because I was one of those people, think, how
I,
the hell they managing it?
I spent 400 million a year on wages, don't they? Chelsea last year.
That I never knew that when this new ownership took over, they took over it was a completely clean slate from the government. All debts were paid by the government. So it was completely, they took over the company, which was debt free. Did you know that? Because
I think there's just so much.
all the debts,
Sorry.
all the debts were owed to Abramovich,
Yeah.
right? So when the government went, get out of the country type of thing, that meant the club never had to pay Abramovich the money back. So the club were debt free at that time. So now this new ownership have bought the club debt free, right? Okay, they put money in, but they've now been to get past FFP. They've sold the hotel, they've sold car parks, and basically they're starting to sell off everything. They can't sell Stamford Bridge because Stamford Bridge actually is not owned by the club. Stamford Bridge isn't owned by the club. So one thing a previous owner, Ken Bates, actually done for Chelsea was to make sure to separate Stamford Bridge from Chelsea itself. So the Stamford Bridge is actually owned by a supporters charity. And anything you do with Stamford Bridge has to have their acceptance and approval. So it's it'd be very difficult for these new owners to actually sell Stamford Bridge. But they seem to be selling everything else. And that's why when... Go on.
Oh, sorry, mate. That was rude of me. Sorry. Finish your thought, please.
No, that's why we're getting past FFP, because it's selling off the jewels of the company. But that will only take them so long. It's all, further down the line.
Yeah. What are you going to do in year 5 of the Bowley era when you got nothing else to sell and you're still barely scratching the surface of the Conference League? And because the way they're actually run and the way they're going, I mean, it can quickly turn. Because Chelsea have always, I say always, since 2003, they have always relied on, rightly or wrongly, they've always relied on the individual brilliance of expensive footballers to actually carry them. Because they always rely on, they only need 1 or 2 to have a good season. And then they usually get something. Or they qualify. Because the margin of error in modern football is actually quite small in the context of, large, sorry, because you can finish 7th or 8th now and still get in Europe. That wasn't necessarily the case 30 years ago. There are more places in Europe. There's more money to be made across the board to get you out of trouble. essentially.
Did you ever know I used to work for Chelsea?
I
Did
did
you
not
ever
know
know
that.
that? I'm talking years ago now. I moved to London, yeah? I moved to London and I thought, let's give London a go. Let's give London a go.
I can imagine
So,
how that went for.
uh, I parked up in West London, and I thought, oh, I need a job. I need a job. Do you know? So I ended up through a friend of a friend. I ended up being a manager, a bar manager, in one of the stands, right? And it was the Matthew Harding stand. Now, this was my first day. I mean, I didn't know that Chelsea put the prices up for drinks about £1 from the season before. And so on the first home game, the amount of abuse me and the staff had for the prices was fucking unreal. It was unreal, yeah.
I bet they'd kill for those prices now. They'd kill for those prices now, by the way.
Oh, I know. It was a home game against Manchester United, right? I never forget it. And then afterwards went into the club, the nightclub, which is attached to the Chelsea Village there. And it was a very young John Terry, only then come back to Chelsea after being on loan to the Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And and I was behind the bar, with a couple of other staff. And we seen a youngster go up to John, what's his name? What's his name? John Terry, sorry. Go up to him with a napkin and a pen. He grabbed a napkin from the bar and he went up to him, can I have your pen? Now, John Terry, he was still a nobody at that time. But he thought he was Billy Big Bollocks even back then as a youngster. So he grabbed the napkin. He said, you want my autograph? Yeah, no problem. He then pulled his trousers down, wiped his ass with a napkin, and give it back to the guy, give it back to the Chelsea supporter. So there you go, that's my signature. In front of everybody. And
what a lovely man.
Yeah, from that moment onwards, I disliked John Terry, and I informed Chelsea the following day I wasn't going back in, not because of John Terry incident, because it was just absolutely fucking nuts place to fucking work. Do you know what I mean?
Well, my actual first thought would have been, can you imagine what he'd have done if the person that asked him for an autograph was black? Because we know what he thinks.
Yeah.
Thinks of those individuals.
Let's go back into that for we're behind a bit with Scarfo at the moment. The differences are the same. With government paying the debts, that's mental, man. Honestly. But yes, that was always a risk why Abramovich would lend the club money. And sometimes it's easier. It's easier to do and tax everything.
He is the epitome of an owner that loved the club that he ran.
Yeah.
But it's easy to love the club you run when you're literally playing with what they say, fuck you money, as in, he's so rich, it's unreal. Whereas basically, he's using the spare change in his pocket to run a football club.
Well, it can go badly. I mean, I know with Cardiff, when Salmerman was a front of another person who I would not mention, but he was a front. He was still the official owner, but he wasn't the actual owner. But then they would do the same, they would lend the club money personally. But then when you're calling in the debt later down the line,
Yeah.
when you're calling in the debt, all of a sudden the interest rate can go sky high.
Yeah.
And there's been debt around Cardiff because of that ownership for many, many years. That would have happened in Eastern Europe. You wouldn't have lived with next. Yeah. Honestly, and he was a nobody. He was just a youngster coming through.
A story in like I say modern football, like last 20 years. I don't know if you know this. You know when Bradford signed Benito Carboni from Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah.
And they signed it like I don't have all the facts. I don't have the facts, but for argument's sake, I believe he was on £40,000 a week at Bradford in year 2 of them being in the Premier League. That'd be the equivalent of Ipswich getting promoted and then paying 300,000 for a player that then basically proceeds to not play well for most of the season, and then they get relegated, and then they're stuck with him.
Well, Bradford, because I remember that last game of the season. I think it was Liverpool they played to get to be safe on that. And then all of a sudden they did go a bit mad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back because Dean Saunders played for them. They got Dean Saunders. They had Carboni. They even had Stan Collymore at one point.
That was another big expect for them. Like obviously for Stan Collymore, it's very like I haven't really got much options at the elite level left, basically.
Yeah.
But he still can obviously command a wage for someone that thinks.
And then with Leeds. They brought in Gunnar Haller, which I did like Gunnar Haller as a player. I thought he was a
solid player, solid defender. Because if I remember rightly, George Graham brought him in, and George Graham obviously when he buys a defender, it's because he either thinks they're a good defender or he can turn them into a good defender.
Yeah.
Obviously, we obviously sort of then had higher aspirations at the time, and obviously he falls through the cracks. So because David Weatherall scored for Bradford against Liverpool in the game you're describing.
That's right. I watched that in Vietnam. Believe it, I watched that in Vietnam. I watched that game in Vietnam, and it was 2 games I remember watching in Vietnam. That one down south, where they had more electricity, right?
Yeah,
and the Champions League final, which was Real Madrid against Valencia, where McManaman scored.
3-0.
Right? There was one TV in a whole village. Right?
Wow.
In the whole village. Right? Everyone in the village, I was the only non-Vietnamese person there. Everyone in the village was around this TV, which was plunked in the street, off a generator, off a personal generator, simply because at that time, after like 11 o'clock, all the electricity would go out. All the government electricity would go out. So you have to have a personal generator to generate electricity. I was expecting to just have a look and see some young kid on a bike, generating electricity.
Is which young kid got the short straw and was like, "Get on the bike, mate. We need some lessons."
I know.
No, but my point originally with Benito Carboni, what made me think of him was like you were saying about money, and to my understanding, they ended up owing Benito Carboni an amount of money in wages where if he had actually if he was in his legal rights to demand it, but he said, "No, I'm going to write it off." Because you don't pay me a cent of it because I don't want to be known as the man that killed a football club.
Well, you say that, right? And fair play to Carboni for doing that. But one guy who did one ex-player who did was Canu with Portsmouth.
Yeah.
He was owed millions by Portsmouth, and he continued to collect all the way until he went to administration. And when you go in administration, when he I don't know if he give a 1 penny in a pound type of thing, But he did not back down from his money owed with Portsmouth.
I mean, I really don't want to sit here and go like he's an arse because he's legally entitled. They gave him the contract.
Yeah.
So,
when I was in recruitment, I had my own companies. So, companies would go bust, bang, bang, bang. This one time on the first week of a credit crunch, I had 4 companies go bust, owing me like 60 grand. And I still had to pay the workers. In which I couldn't give them money. That example was one of the reasons where it started my divorce, to be honest. And I tell you what, yeah. Wales qualified for the first tournament. I've gone, me, Tom, I've gone to watch Wales in the right dark days, going to the likes of Moldova and, and South Moldova and bloody Georgia and them, and we're talking 1990s. We're not talking now where, we're talking, experiences of 1990s. And
I know what you mean. Like, it's easy to get there, but it's not easy to be policed.
They lose 5-1 to Moldova. Some of the guys have hotel rooms broken into and everything. Like shitholes. So I then
how do you lose
finally
5-1 at Moldova?
Sorry?
How'd you lose 5-1 at Moldova? I know.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Because I remember the furore over it. Like, it's not a result that happens very often, is it? Like that an Eastern Bloc country actually beats a British country, especially 5-1.
It was fucking horrendous. So finally, in 2016, Wales qualified for a tournament. First time in my life. So I'm there now. I'm thinking, right, I deserve this. Like, we got all the group. They have England in the group, which makes it more. They have Russia in the group, which makes it a bit tasty as well. Who was the other one? Slovakia, wasn't it?
Right? Yeah, I knew it was one of the Eastern Bloc countries.
Yeah. So I'm there now. All of a sudden, I'm saying, I'm telling a wife, I said, look, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be in France for the whole month for this. I want to experience it all. So we're setting up now. She gives me acceptance and then setting up. And then about 2 weeks before I was meant to go, I have a company go bust on me. Fuck. And it was proper hand to the pumps. I was panicking. I really was panicking, and they went back. They owed me about 53,000, I think it was altogether. And then you can, the bank wasn't happy as well because they went and the bank was lending me the money on the back of knowing the 53,000 coming in. So the bank was fucking a bit tetchy as well. Well, then that Euro Championship comes up. And she said to me, you can't be going. She said, look at the state of our finances at the moment. You can't be going. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Well, I watched the group games at home. Right? I watched the group games at home. And then all of a sudden, Wales finish on top of the fucking group. Right? So I'm like, I gotta go. She was adamant, no, I'm not kidding you. And she knew what I created an argument for me to storm off storm off, money in my back pocket.
A
So as
few
I'm
moments
storming
later,
off now, fucking, I just storm off. I go to Cardiff City Stadium, jump on a bus. I'm in. There's a party bus going to fucking Paris.
wow.
So she's messaging me. Oh, look, we need to talk. I'm a bit stressed because of our money. Yeah, I'm in fucking in Paris on a beers.
You should have thought of that, fucker.
No, and then they won. Then that game was against Northern Ireland, and Wales won. So the next game against Belgium was only a few days later.
You're
So
like,
I stayed in
I'm
my
already here.
Yeah, I stayed in my mum's. I refused it. Oh, look, we need a bit of time. We need a bit of time. Let's just relax. I just stay in my mum for a couple more days, and then we'll meet up, and then maybe I'll move back on a weekend. Well, and then all of a sudden, Belgium.
You fucking won.
I
I need a bit more time, love.
I wish you know what? I wish I could have extended it a few more days to go to the semi-final. But the semi-final, the only reason I didn't go was because it was midweek. And yeah, so yeah. but that was when she found out what I had done. That was the start of my divorce. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it.
I'm convinced of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not surprised. She's like, "Oh, come home, Adam," and then all of a sudden, she looks at the TV, and you're there going, "Rah, Robson Kanu, rah."
Yeah, but you couldn't sit. You couldn't. No, I knew how I was. I knew how close I was. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I was actually on TV on that Wales Belgium game. Honestly, it was funny.
Chelsea have scored. Chelsea scored in Kunku. And Kunku
do you remember
scored
that?
a penalty, 1-0.
Sorry, Chelsea 1-0.
I remember. Yeah, Chelsea 1-0. I remember Romania beating England at Euro 2000. But admittedly, I don't remember any of the others.
I remember.
I'm sure there are others. Yeah, sorry.
I remember. Was it Phil Neville or Guy Neville done a horrendous challenge to give a penalty away?
That sounds right. Yeah, because wouldn't it have been Shearer's last game for England? Something like that.
Is it like in a?
If I recall, we beat Germany 1-0 and then lost to Romania.
Yeah. I think so.
Because we were 2-0 up against Portugal, lost 3-2, then beat Germany, and it's obviously we were immediately back to it's coming home, etc.
Oh, right,
And then went and lost to Romania, which no one saw coming because obviously, who are they? We're England, blah blah blah, and all that arrogant nonsense. Which I generally don't agree with in football, like for England, because we've won one World Cup, and that's it. But still.
Hang on 1 second. I'm going to bring up.
No problem.
One second, bro. Hey,
Oh, thank you for subscribing.
Scarfo, what's this all about? What's this all about? Yeah. 1 second. Let's share this screen. What's this all about? Don't tell me that you got blonde hair.
Am I right in thinking that is Romania versus Colombia, isn't it, in France 98?
France 98, yeah. And then we lost.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
We got knocked out. the manager
Yeah.
blamed God, wouldn't he?
I remember the commentator saying it was a nightmare doing this match because, for a start, because it was the third group game, everyone's playing at the same time. So he's like, well, obviously, I know I'm doing this game knowing no one's watching it. But I know there are none because everyone's going to be watching England. But and there will be someone that watches it. So they're still expecting a good commentary performance. And that man had to sit there and basically guess names because obviously everyone looked the same from where he was sitting.
And Scavo comes
Incredible.
back and he says, half a country got the blonde hair. We thought we'd done it wrong in '94, going out to penalties to Sweden after. Yeah. I remember that. Henrik Larsson and Darlene in '94, wasn't it?
Didn't they do wasn't there like a free kick where they made it look like they were going to try and like blast it through the wall, but then they literally just passed it around the wall.
Passed it, yes, that's right, yeah.
They literally just passed it. So then all the Romania players are stood there looking like lemons, while Thomas Brolin is like, right, I'm just going to put this in the top corner. Back when Thomas Brolin was good.
Yeah.
The epitome of a player that you're buying him based on his tournament performance. Because if in modern money, the transfer fee, if you convert 1995 transfer fees to now, Leeds paid the equivalent of 90 million for Thomas Brolin. Because like 5-6 million in 1995 would have been like buying a player for 90 million now.
And he wasn't the Brolin of '92, was he?
Well, no, because he'd been injured. He broke his ankle. He was out for about 9 months. Then when he came back, Leeds just bought him, which is really sick. Like that would never happen now.
Yeah.
Because you just do your due diligence of it. Whereas for some reason, Leeds' research into Thomas Brolin consisted of buying the best of the 1994 World Cup tape. And then I'm sure he was fine in the year in between that tournament and now. Not going to look into his injury
about
record.
'94 World Cup, right? You can't get
World Cup, by the way.
You can't get. Sorry. And I actually watched his debut. I watched his debut for this club, right? Daniel Amakachi for Everton was basically signed for that goal he scored against Argentina, and. Yeah, and you know, he scored against at Ellen Road, didn't he, against Tottenham in the FA Cup semi-final?
He did. They won 4-1, I believe.
I watched his debut for Everton away to Blackburn, 3-0, because that was a season which Blackburn won the league.
Yep.
'94, and Everton won the FA Cup.
Yep.
So we journey tonight. It's coming to Romania.
Won the Charity Shield? Do you remember which of them won the Charity Shield in August?
Oh. I don't.
Off the top of my head, Everton won 1-0.
I knew it was 1-0, but I couldn't remember who it was. That's a good question, man. The keeper destroyed us. Now, Ravelli, I seen Thomas Ravelli. Yeah. He was the keeper, wasn't he? I seen a photo of him the other day.
How's he doing?
I
know nothing of him.
No, you know on Facebook where
I
just was on Facebook. And that community is fucking mad on Facebook, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I just have to do a post and then just back off and just allow everybody to rant and rave and argument, because the amount of notifications I have on that is just unreal, mate, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
because,
I had,
on your chat, because I can imagine 90% of your notifications are not actually comments; they are someone tagging someone else in a photo that you've put up. but
I know.
you'll still get a notification for it, even though it's nothing to do with you, as a comment.
This one post alone, yeah, I done the other day, just on the notification that someone, done a thumb up or something. Fucking 2,500 fucking, that's not including the tagging or anything. Ping, 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 ping throughout the night, and I'm on Australia time. When it goes to my night time, and it's fucking Europe, ping, 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 ping. Fuck.
The silent button is your friend, sir.
I know.
But in all seriousness, we were talking Romania. My earliest memory of football is literally
yes.
Bulgaria beating Germany in the quarterfinal. That's the first thing I remember watching of football, like live. Because cut a long story short, I had the shits that day, so I was home from school. The game in England kicked off at about 4 o'clock, if I remember rightly, like about 4 or 5, because obviously I was 9 years old, so you watch children's TV, and you only had 4 channels at that time. You didn't have Sky.
Was that the opening game?
No, it was quarterfinal. Germany. The opening game was Germany Bolivia, if I remember rightly.
Germany, yeah. Germany Bolivia.
But I'd be lying if I said I watched that. Like, I had no interest. But I just happened to be, well, I had nowhere to go. I was on the sofa and I had the shits. So I was like, I kind of need to stay still or things could get soilly messy. Anyway. But usually at that time of day, children's TV would be on, and I turned it onto it, and I'm like, what's this shit? Like, Germany playing Bulgaria. Like, the only thing I knew about Germans is that they tried to kill half the world, like 50 years earlier. That's the only thing I knew about them, because they'd been teaching us about World War II. So I was like, well, I don't want them. I mean, I'm 9, so of course I'm sitting there going, well, I don't want them to win. But of course, I know from playing a football video game, they are quite good. So I'm sitting there like, this Bulgaria team must be absolute dog shit. And to be fair, they are absolute dog shit. But the one player they had, Stoichkov, that is not absolute dog shit. It's actually quite really good. But obviously, Jordan Lechkov, who...
Has he frozen off
there? Yeah.
Go on, Lechkov.
Look, but he was about 28 at the time. But if you'd have told me he was 78, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
And
the goalkeeper had a wig on, didn't he?
It was like, that comb over's fooling nobody, buddy. But anyway, but no, amazing stuff. Basically, it was perfectly set up. My first ever football match that I watched on TV was an upset.
Yeah.
It was a massive upset.
Absolutely.
I was like, oh yeah, this
you know what?
Is quite good.
You know what? And I had a bet on Stoichkov to be top goal scorer, and I told my dad, and he was joint top goal scorer.
Yeah.
With a Russian guy.
Yeah, because he scored 5 goals against Cameroon, if I remember right.
Against Cameroon. And he ended up playing for Millwall.
Yeah, he ended. You know who signed him at some point? Glasgow Rangers. He played for. I remember them signing him. I'm thinking he must be good. He was top scorer in the joint top scorer in the World Cup. Turns out that actually means less than you think it does when you're 9. Because even I knew he scored 5 of his 6 goals were scored in one game against the Cameroon, who FIFA International Soccer on the Super Nintendo in 1994 had you believing that all the African teams play with goalkeepers that can't catch the ball. Genuinely true. If you wanted to win a game really easy, you put yourself against Nigeria, because they make you think like Nigerian footballers can't do anything, which is obviously wrong. And I'm surprised more people haven't looked back on it and absolutely beaten the arse of FIFA for this. It's like, on what basis do you deem that the Nigerian goalkeeper cannot catch a football? Like, what is your rationale for it? Now, I know you, like, it sounds like I'm being a
well, that game,
a virtual
That
similar,
game,
but I'm surprised more people haven't done that. Sorry, that game.
that game also included the oldest player ever to score, Roger Miller.
Yeah.
Scored, I think he scored in 3 World Cups that time.
If I meant, yeah, because he scored in 1990. He would have only scored in
82 as well, I
2.
think. I don't
Did
know.
he? I'll look it up. You could well be right. I'll have a look. I imagine he's not a hard man to find information about.
Scarfo says it's 2-0 Chelsea. Thanks, Scarfo. I'll change it. And what does he say then? He then said, my first one, Man United against Real Madrid, Champions League during the 90s, was watching with my late grandfather. I know. You know what? Watching football with family members who are no longer here gives it that special memory. That special memory. I'm never going to forget those moments. Absolutely not. And don't you dare forget them either, my friend.
In defence to you, Brownie, you are kind of right. He did play in the 1982 World Cup, but he had a goal disallowed against Peru in the first match. So he didn't officially score in 82. They didn't qualify for 86, of course. But he obviously did in 1990. If I remember rightly, that is when Rene Higuita was being rather eccentric and came out, and he got caught out.
That's right.
And then Roger Miller basically dispossessed him with the ball, scored, and then if there's any if a woman can look at you as hard as Roger Miller looks at a corner flag after he scores, then you're doing well in life. I'll tell you that, because he loves those corner flags.
Back then, Algeria was you only had one African representative in the World Cup, and Algeria was the one in '86.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then obviously as time has gone on, we've expanded it.
Algeria were at 82 as well, because they got screwed over by Austria and Germany. Because Algeria beat Germany. So there would have been 2. There would have been 3, because
Morocco, 2 representatives. Because in '86, Africa also had Morocco representing them, who were in England's group. And they topped England's group. Morocco topped England's group.
I'm suspecting. Let's say I'll put my sterling reputation on the line. I ain't got one, but I'm thinking even as far back as '82, you would have got 3 African teams in the World Cup. I could be wrong, but
my first World Cup was '86, right? And I'm not even looking at nothing. I'll go through it every group. First group: Argentina, Italy, South Korea, Bulgaria. I think it was. Or was it Mexico? Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to. Mexico. I'm going for 2.
Well, in '82, it was Algeria, Cameroon, and Kuwait.
So Kuwait's not. Hang on, Kuwait. 1 second. Kuwait would have been Asian.
Nope.
Kuwait is
not according to FIFA. Not according to. Oh, hang on. No. You know what, Brownie? You are right. Because they are in from the Asian Confederation, Algeria and Cameroon. So it was 2. I was wrong. You were right. Let's look at 80. Because they increased the size of the tournament.
Yeah.
So, well, not in the size of the tournament. They increased the format. So
did Asia only have 1 back then?
Qualification. What are we doing? You know what? Again, I'm wrong again. You got 2 for Asia, 2 for Africa.
Okay.
I think it became 3. You know what? I'm just gonna keep moving the goalposts on this. It probably became 3 in 1990. I don't know.
But let me think. Who were 2 Asian ones in in yes, it had 2 Asian ones. Iraq and
Yep.
South Korea were ones in
Yep.
in 86.
Yep, that's true. A quick question for you, because 86 is your 86 is your version of my 1994. Who
Yeah.
are the other debuting countries? There were
Canada.
two other countries. It was their first World Cup. Yeah, one more, sir.
Canada.
Obviously Iraq, but so one more that you've not known.
One more. Right, one. South Korea?
Well, no, they turned up at 82.
Huh?
Yeah, they were in 82.
Were they?
Yeah. You named them as in 82 about 4 minutes ago, sir.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no. No, you're right. They were in this one, but not as a debut because they were in a
Morocco?
No, Morocco were in 82 as well. But not their debut. It's a European nation, as a clue.
Denmark.
Very good. Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
Denmark.
so,
And the opening, we played Uruguay. Beat them 6-1 or 5-1.
yep. Right,
And,
so
and Uruguay at that time were South American champions. Enzo Francescoli was up front for them. And then, in the last game, we played Scotland, right? Now, Scotland needed to beat them.
Yep.
Right?
Players
Uruguay, because they were proper, back then, they were proper hard hitters, Uruguay. Real dark arts, yeah? Uruguay went down to 10 men.
In minute
the
one.
First 5 minutes, Scotland were up against 10 men of Uruguay for 85 minutes, and they still couldn't beat them. It went 0-0.
Well, yeah, that's the history of Scotland, though, isn't it? But still, in 1990, there were 2 African nations and 2 Asian nations. Who were they? Who
African nations? Cameroon.
Yeah, of course.
One Cameroon. Saudi as well were in 90, weren't they?
No, they were the next one.
Ah, right, okay.
They got the goal of the tournament in the next one.
Yeah. Let me think now. Right.
I'll give
90.
you a clue.
Egypt was in England's group in 90.
Well, yeah, you're right. But no, you're right. My clue was going to be they played in a match that was so bad that FIFA changed the rules of football. Because of how many times Ireland passed the ball back to Pat Bonner in that game, FIFA actually sat there and went in the Ireland versus Egypt 0-0 draw. FIFA actually declared after it that we are changing the back pass rule that to stop that from happening. It was so bad. That is one of the worst football tournaments ever, Italian 90. The only reason you would like it is nostalgia. If it's your first football tournament, but the actual number of goals in it is the lowest ever.
I much preferred 86 and 90, to be honest. Let's see what Scavo says. He says 92 Euros, 90, 94 World Cups. Yeah. Imagine Romania never qualified for World Cup since 90. Jeez, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have expected that. If you look back, since then, we've had the one in South Africa, one in Brazil, one in Germany, isn't it?
You know what it is because I could be wrong here, but they increased the amount of teams at the tournament, but I think they took away teams from Europe, or they made it harder for teams from Europe to qualify.
No, I think
unless you were a high seeding.
let's be honest, it made it easier because Wales managed to qualify, right?
Well, yeah, that is
But
true.
but
That's
unfortunately
part
for
of,
Romania, they've had because you can't transfer players, not like clubs, you can't transfer players from one country to another. Basically, you have to have a good production line of bringing out the talent all the time. Unfortunately,
well, yeah.
Romania, as well as Bulgaria, we mentioned, if you don't put the money into the grassroots of football and you haven't got the money to do academies and so on, it's much harder to get that production line going, and that's probably why.
Well,
Sorry.
I think to some extent, you've got to look at it like when we're talking about Romanian football and their history, you always come back to one person, Georgie Hagi. And it's like, but they've not replaced Georgie Hagi. And
Yeah.
because Georgie Hagis don't grow on trees, the same as Wales aren't just going to simply go out in 2 years' time and go, right, let's just pick out the next Gareth Bale because they just don't come along every day, do they? But you happen to have one. And you might, I could be wrong, but in all likelihood, you're not going to have another Gareth Bale in the next 20 years. And your World Cup standing will probably suffer because of that.
Yeah.
Same as Romania were qualifying for things left, right, and centre when they had Hagi. And now
Well, just shows if you don't put money if you don't invest in the football, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where the argument, Graham Souness' argument of population absolutely falls down, right? Russia, since when they were the Soviet Union, they were unbelievable because the majority of the players were from Ukraine. And apart from the time in which they held the World Cup, Russia have never been a force in football since the days of the Soviet Union.
Yep. I mean, the only thing they do have going for them is the fact that it's such a populous country that there is every chance where it's like with China. Like I'll sit in whenever there's one point every 4 years where you get the news China can't qualify for the Football World Cup. And I sit there, why not? Like, why can't you have 2 billion people? Why can't you find 11 of them that can play 11 out of 2 billion? Why can't you find 11 that can play football to an elite standard?
You know what? Rafa Benitez mentioned something about this on an overlap the other day because he went to manage over there, and he said, the academies are just not there in China, and kids, take up all different sports. Randy's back in, Randy. And he says, have we gone to I haven't yet, mate. I haven't gone to any live sporting events at the moment. I went to they now call it what do they call it? What's the name of Bayern's ground? Allianz Arena. Yeah. I went to the Allianz Arena the other day just because I was in the area, actually not far away from it. And I think Sydney Football Club, I think they started they fixtures next month, I think. I know the Roosters are home. I've never been a Roosters fan, but that's a home ground and super whatever it is now. I will be going anyway, Randy.
I have no idea about the what they call it, Aussie rules football, whatever.
And NIL is rugby league.
National Rugby League, yeah.
Yeah. Scarfo, Hagi has his own academy and managed to get some. Okay. That's what they used to do, isn't it? I remember Bellamy had his own academy in Africa. Sierra Leone, I think it was.
Bellamy's a character.
No comment.
He sure is. Oh my god. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Everyone I know who's played with him has got a story. Like
I know.
one time, like someone told the story where like they were really tired and Craig Bellamy was really tired. So Bellamy walked over to him and went, "Listen, if the ball comes to me, I'm not going to try and embarrass you, but at the same time, I expect you to not tackle me, and then we both go home happy." He agreed, and the guy went, "I can't remember what play it was, just about because it was near the end of the game." He was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And I think they then played out a stalemate where it was like neither of them could be bothered to do anything. It sounds
Yeah,
exactly like what I'd expect, but
yeah. You know, look, I don't like him for other reasons, but characters in football seem to be, or every PR type of everyone's PR now, PR trained, didn't they?
yeah,
And I know that I've mentioned this a couple of times already tonight. The Ronaldo new channel, and I'll be honest with you, I've only seen. I know he's put a couple of like trailers out of the new channel already, because I'm kind of surprised he was doing like a Peter Crouch and Abby Clancy kind of thing with his wife as well.
I'm surprised he
So
hasn't done it sooner. He got 1 million subscribers in an hour, didn't he?
I
Something like
know
that.
16
Just
million now in what, a day and a half.
well, I look forward to being the only person on YouTube not subscribed to his YouTube. That should be worth something. But
Well, you know what? I put it off until about 2 hours ago. I thought, no, let's watch it. Um,
I feel like I'm not going to need to because I feel like because there's 16 million people that will watch it, I don't need to watch it because I'll just find out from them what happened.
yeah, but tell you what, oh Tom, yeah, there's no way Ronaldo will be doing watch-alongs, right? And there's
Do
no
you
way
know who
Ronaldo
will be
will
doing
be doing
watch-alongs?
late night shows and talking about blooded mattresses when having
That's true.
Russian hookers.
That's true.
No
But do
way.
you know who? Do you know who will do that sort of thing, Branley?
You are?
Do you know who will do that sort of thing?
As long as she's not watching, right? As long as she's not watching, Football Brownie could be doing that and back.
So
I just
why
need
do you
to
need to
time it right,
subscribe to
knowing
Ronaldo?
that she's in bed. When she's in bed sleeping, no problem, I can go live.
So why would any of you subscribe to Ronaldo when instead you can watch football with Brownie do his thing?
Exactly. Uh, Randy says, Wilson McCarthy manager. Is he manager of anyone now? Is he doing anything now? Or is he just,
You know what? I'm going to take a trip to the Wayback Machine to find out. It's probably going to turn out that he managed Hapoel Tel Aviv or something.
Well, he did do that Apo Nicosia, I think, didn't he? I think
Oh,
he
there
went
you
to
go.
Cyprus. He went to Cyprus, I
Uh,
know he did.
excuse me.
Sydney Stadium's so shit.
No, recently the Blackpool manager. So he hasn't done
Blackpool.
anything for a year.
Okay. So he's fine.
Most recently,
This is what I mentioned about Neil Lennon. The manager merry-go-round, and they pick up, it was never going to work. Neil Lennon going to Romania. Do you know what I mean? It was never going to work. Now he's picked up. Scarfo says 1.6 million payoff by Romania. For what, 6 games? It's crazy, man.
that is crazy.
Would Chelsea bring it home? No chance. No chance. Go on, sorry.
You know what I think will catch them out is I think in the early stages they're gonna play their youth team. This is basically why like West Ham won the Conference League and no one else from England has. It's because West Ham were the only team that treated it like a serious European tournament.
Yeah.
Like,
It brings you back, though. Why didn't Tottenham treat it all that year, a few years ago? That could have then be the end of the myth that Tottenham doesn't win any trophies.
Yep, that's true. Because they saw it as a distraction, whereas I would have saw it as, you know, the thing that people always mock you about. Well, you're probably the best team in this, so you probably might be better off if you treat it that way. But then it might distract us from qualifying for the Champions League. Where it's like, it turned out you didn't really do either. So
yeah,
I could be wrong. It might have turned
no,
out.
No, you're right. Scarfo says, well, do you think Chelsea will win? We probably will. If you know, it does bring money in, so it'd probably be demanded that they would win it. But it all depends on what teams drop down as well. You know?
No, there's no dropping down anymore, Brownie.
Oh, isn't it?
Sevilla's reign of terror in the Europa League is over.
Okay.
And it is a reign of terror because the amount of times they finished fourth, got in the Champions League, got not finished third, then drop into Europa League, and then fucking turn into fucking Barcelona. I'm gonna put names on top of names here. They turn in like Barcelona, like 1970s Liverpool, 1950s Hungary. They turned into every great football team ever, only win that in the Europa League. Anywhere else, they're dog shit. But in the Europa League, they are outstanding. And now to be in the Europa League, you have to qualify for the Europa League. None of this dropping down shit. That has, in my opinion, been a blight in football for the last 25 years. It's been the worst thing about European football for 25 years. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I was infuriated at the notion that Leeds United won loads of rounds in the UEFA Cup in 1999-2000 and then lost to Galatasaray, who basically dropped down from the Champions League.
Yeah.
To which I was like, well, but they weren't even in the tournament. Like, they didn't start in the tournament. This is absurd.
I know.
I know it sounds like sour grapes, but
no,
bitter about it.
No, you're right. That says, I just looked at the date, and that could well be a possibility, Randy, to be honest. I know the Accord Stadium is a bit far out, but far out from where I am. On good path. He hasn't subbed to Ronaldo either. Scarfo hasn't subbed to Ronaldo. So you two are good friends already.
Yeah, but Scarfo's a man that's got common sense, so, you know.
And West Ham, Astro Google.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that interview?
I don't recall. What happened, sir?
Hang on. I need to. I'm going to share this now. I actually had this. I can't remember his name now. West Ham Fan TV.
One thing I will say about Mick McCarthy, because he was mentioned in here, is one thing I'm very confident about. Sorry, go on, Bradley. Sorry, mate.
No, go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, because Mick McCarthy is from Barnsley, I'm very confident he will never manage my football team.
Oh, I tell you, mate.
I fear it.
Again, very much like Lennon, delusional towards the end. Do you know what I mean? Proper delusional, and just delusional, just in order to keep his job for a few more weeks. Right. There we go. Let's go back. And let's watch this. Yeah.
Excuse me. Let's go back in time.
Yeah, go back in time. We're watching Dom.
Bookings outside the London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. I'm just going to put this microphone in, Dom.
Bunch of fucking arrogant two-bob cunts. Now, I'm not having any fucking twats slate me for having slayed two-side, because they are fucking disgrace. Arrogant fucking... We should have fucking learned from last year when they knocked us out. Same fucking what they've done us again. 2 years in a row, we're a fucking embarrassment, mate. It's not acceptable, you know. We come into this game, right? Leave fucking Noble out. What we doing? We've got no game plan. It's fucking pathetic. We're just shit. There's nothing there, mate. Nothing.
It looks Sunday league at times, doesn't it?
You could go on about creating chances, but you don't put it in the back of the net. We couldn't score against a fucking bunch of Romanian farmers, mate. It's a disgrace. I'm fucking disgusted, mate. I don't know what to say.
Where does it change?
But we don't need a striker, do we? David Sullivan, do we? No, we're happy with the fucking injury. Croc Carroll, I used to twat. I don't want to play in that fucking Ecuadorian donkey twat. No, we don't need a striker. We couldn't score against Astra fucking Gogo. It's not acceptable. I can't. I'm so angry.
Any positives out tonight, Dom?
How can you take positives from losing this fucking shit mob? Nothing, mate. It's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. I mean, I took so much fucking time off work hoping we'd actually get through tonight. Would have learnt our mistakes from last year, but nah. Let's fucking take it easy. Play like a fucking Sunday League team. They're only Astra Google. They only fucking knocked us out last year. What have they done? They've done it again. What do we do? Oh. And by the way, 7 plays last season, waste of fucking time. What's the point? We worked so fucking hard to get into this competition last year. We got knocked out before the fucking group stage. Fucking useless, mate. Disgrace of a fucking club this is right now.
Did he mean to get knocked out, Dom? It didn't look like we was...
Ask him. But if he did, then he's a twat. I'm sorry he's an idiot. Because like I say, we worked so fucking hard to get into this competition last year. We've been knocked out. It's embarrassing, mate. You got Tottenham laughing at us now. We're supposed to come in this fucking space and compete with the big boys. We can't even beat a bunch of fucking Romanian farmers. What does it say about this club? What does it say? It's an embarrassment.
Ain't it part of a bigger plan, though, Dom? You know what I mean? Look, listen, we're stretched as it is.
Hey, I don't care. Look. Even if we are stretched, there's no excuse losing this lot. No excuse. I mean, last year, no one had even heard of them. We drew them again. Oh, we're going to knock us out. Nah, it's all right. We got a better squad this year. We're going to take it serious this year. Well, if we took it seriously tonight, then you're fucking lying, because that was a fucking shambles. And this Kellery bloke, right, supposed to be the next fucking Messi, he's a white fucking coal and coal. Couldn't finish his dinner. We're bringing on Valencia, who we all know cannot do anything. Why is he not? Why is he still here? Why haven't we fucked him off to China or fucking Syria or wherever we're fucking getting rid of him? I've had enough of him. I can't watch that cunt no longer.
Right, Dom, what about Sunday? We go to Man City Sunday?
Yeah, you know what, mate? I was going to get fucking pissed, mate. You know what, fucking get on it, because we all know what's going to happen. They're going to fucking destroy us. Said that last year, but like you say, we're stretched. So, fuck it. We're out of Europe now. We'll just fucking focus on finishing 7th last year, get knocked out by a bunch of fucking peasants again, repeat. I've had it with this. I've fucking had it.
Much on this one,
Thanks, cheers.
Right. My initial observations are it went from pure anger to, well, we're playing Man City on Sunday, to just absolutely defeated. He's just like, what do you even say next after that? He's just like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to go and get drunk, because we all know what's going to happen on Sunday. I thought he was going to start getting out his A to Z and just start naming random places, because he really has it in for fucking Ecuador for a start, I believe. But I loved it, because I was sitting there thinking, is this what I sound like when I'm angry? Because I'm only 10 minutes away from the stadium, so he has my voice. So when I'm angry, I'm sitting going, oh, you motherfucker, you can't even finish your dinner. What the fuck, bro? And all that, but still, just...
I had Tom, I interviewed Tom. Oh, you'll have to go back on could be about 2 or 3 years ago now. And lovely guy, actually. Lovely guy, yeah. And Scavo then goes on. He said something like that, man. He said something like that.
I'm almost sure he did.
Probably did. He got. To be honest with you,
he called.
I remember he told me he had loads of
Romanian
abuse.
farmers as well. So
yes,
he went. Just in case you thought, is he insulting us? Yes, he is, because he doubled down on it. But he's
had loads. He said he had loads of abuse, and he refuses. He refuses to even talk about that interview anymore. But even though
that might change when he starts getting answers now,
yeah, it's brilliant. Right, listen, the game finished 2-0. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning for me.
Sounds
What
like
is it back home? 10 o'clock your time, yeah?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. 10
I'm
p.m.
going to knock it on the head if I'm going to have a couple of hours sleep,
Yeah,
and then
you
I'm going to the
absolutely should.
gym. Right,
Sounds like a good
guys,
idea.
and it's even worse. It's just past 12 o'clock in Transylvania. So on that note, guys, many thanks, Mr. Tom, many thanks for helping me out.
Of course.
Chelsea win,
Good
2-0.
fun.
Do we really care? No, but we
Absolutely
enjoyed
not.
it.
Nah. You
Please
can't
hit
have it
that
all.
like button. Please check all the info below. You know what? I've enjoyed it. And thanks for your help, Mr. Tom. Much
No
appreciated.
problem. Scarfo and anyone else listening, well, my Leeds United show is on Sundays at 9 p.m. in UK. So in your time, it is presumably 11 p.m. In Transylvania. So we just talk about the game, and it's nonsense, much like this. Good fun. Good
Who you
fun.
got?
Thanks for having me
Who
on.
championship? Who you got the weekend?
We actually play Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow night. So for you, it would be.
You got Yorkshire Derby. You got
Yeah.
Yorkshire Derby. Well, we got the South Wales Derby.
Yeah.
And you know what? We haven't got 1 point yet. Now, before a ball was kicked, I would fancy Cardiff for the playoffs.
To be fair, Brown, there's no real reason you can't, because the season doesn't end after 6 games; it ends after 46 games. So it can be. Do you remember Sunderland lost the first? I remember Sunderland lost the first 3 games, then hired Roy Keane, and they won the championship. So
yeah, I'm not confident, man. We sold our defender to Luton for basically 10 million. I know.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So, you can't turn that down because of the financial pressure Cardiff is under. But so we got some other guy, which I've never heard of. We've also got a guy from Man United on loan. But it's just defenders. How many defenders does this fucking manager want in the team?
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
I will say, me and Ben were talking before our show, and you came up because basically, obviously, there's no real love for Cardiff from Leeds. But in Ben, both at the same time, sort of come out. Well, I kind of want Cardiff to do well for Brownie's sake. I'm it's nice to see. Like personally, I want to see my friends' teams win. Unless they're Arsenal, when that's a different conversation.
I know. Right, listen, I can't hardly hear you because
no problem.
The dustman outside. Right, guys, many thanks. Scarfo, many thanks. Randy, many thanks. Flying Pig, many thanks. And until next time, I'll probably. You know what? Are you doing a watch along for Sheffield Wednesday game?
Nah, but I will watch. I will pop in and out. I will pop in your chat while like half time or something. But other than that, I'm just going to sit and watch the game.
I'll double check if that developer is not doing one. I'll do one.
Okay.
I'll double check. Okay, guys. Until next time. Adios. Hasta luego. Take care. Bye bye.